So I guess, as I guess you can tell, I'm at my parents' place right now, and I'm going back tomorrow to my home because I really need to go to hospital with my throat. It's probably throat infection. Just won't stop by itself as I hoped it would, but yeah, not much to do, I guess. So that's planned for tomorrow. My 18-year-old is here too, and it's really nice to have some of the family gathered. But yeah, I'm not having energy for anything, so I'm just really, really tired. And I did a video yesterday, but it was something wrong with it when I was loaded into the phone, so it's not worked. And it's a lot of issues with videos on this phone. I really don't know why, but yeah. And when I was trying out my or wearing my new blouse, one I showed you before I bought, and it looked really good. I wish I had it left because I couldn't show you, but well, I can do it another time. Something that does not look good is my skin right now, and it's like I go there and I don't, because I'm a 40-year-old woman and I have this period thing under control, if you say so. So I don't really think about which date it is and so on. Just look in the mirror like, oh no, one time of the month, fun. And on the other hand, I've learned that if you have a lot of issues with, like now when you have your period, it means that you have a lot of differences in hormone levels in your period cycle, and it's a really good thing if you want to have children, but you're still very fertile, or that you are very fertile. It's not guaranteed that you're fertile just because you are in your 20s and so on. It's different a lot from person to person. And also I have this problem with my stomach as always, and it reminds me, it's something that annoys me a lot, or actually pisses me off quite a lot, is and I know some people, I know especially one person did that a lot, and actually two people doing that a lot. When I say something, I can say something like 10 times, and they're like, and then one day somebody else had said exactly the same thing, and they're like, oh, that was great. It's like, that's a period thing. I had talked about this with my stomach, or that women, a lot of women have this problem with your stomach when you bear periods for 3 years. And this person had never listened. It's like, and then all of a sudden, his girlfriend had said this, and it's like, oh yeah, she just told me that back. Like, for real? I mean, I told you this over and over and over and over again. Are you stupid for real? It's like, yeah, I didn't say that, but I thought, still think. But yeah, not all people are smart. Some realize it. It's not their fault, but sometimes you wonder. I mean, it's one thing if you're ignorant. I think this person is both ignorant and not very bright, but it's one thing that, I mean, if you're ignorant, there's something they can be really upset with. But if you're just not that very bright, you can't really be upset with that because nothing can help. And it's always hard when you can't really make a difference, like, is this person doing this on purpose, or just being mean, or this person doing this because we don't get it. And it's not so very nice, but I try to think that it's because we don't get it, because if it is that they just don't understand it, it'd been really mean of me to be upset about it. On the other hand, it's not very nice to think about people that they are not very bright. So it's like those situations, like, whatever, and you need to move on. It's like, yeah, it's not much to bad. As I talked also in the last video, which was cut off, which I wrote in the text below it was with I can hear my voices. Anyway, with his mom talking about that you shouldn't be friends with the kids and you should be one in charge, like. And it reminds me also about this, with a lot of parents talk about, trouble twos. I have a 2-year-old that wears, and it bothers me when people do that. Like, we're thinking that a child, like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, are disobeying on purpose. that they are doing things in order to provoke the parents, or they, and it's so also ignorant. It's a sign of of huge lack of knowledge about children, and a child at age cannot intentionally disobey, because they can only see things from their own perspective, and they can't understand. If they throw things on the floor and think it's funny, it is funny to them, and when you get upset, your reaction makes no sense to them. They can't understand it. They can understand that you're angry, and they can get afraid of you, and maybe they don't do it again because they're afraid of you, but they don't understand why you shouldn't throw it on the floor. They're two different things. They can't see your perspective. And a lot of people who say that a child should know this age should know better, it's clearly that they can't see the child's perspective. And if an adult can't see the child's perspective, how can they expect a toddler to be able to see the perspective of an adult? A toddler never been an adult. A toddler have no experience. It's absurd. It's so stupid. I don't like to call other people stupid, but it is. I do that. Oh yeah, it's stupid, and it's also a ground for abusive behavior. To start to punish a child, like giving this thing, like people giving a 3-year-old a timeout. It's like, no, you can't give a 3-year-old timeout. That is an abusive behavior. In Sweden, that is actually illegal to treat children that way, because that is a way of simply because it's abuse, it's emotional abuse, and a child can't understand it. You know, of course, there are people doing that, but they should not have children, or should be guided on how to take care of children, because they can't know better. They can't know the rules, or even if they know the rules, they can't understand what's behind them, because we can only see things from their own perspective. And I met people in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 60s and 80s who still only are able to see their own perspective. And the day when you start to sit down and start to think and actually try to see the child's perspective, then you don't need to be this parent who says, it's so because I told you so. You can be the parents who can actually tell the child why a no is a no. And you can give it in a way that the child might be upset, but it won't be upset with you. Do it like my kid. Hold the kid still, go to the room and said, okay mom, I understand this, but I am a little bit upset right now, so give me a moment to be angry, and while I get back to you. You can still be your child's friend, even if you take responsibility as an adult. And I think that's just important to remember. You should not stare to be, not to be friends with your children only because you think it's the only way to be a parent to take responsibility. I would say if you are taking responsibility, you will be friends with your children also. You won't be on the same level because you're older and you have more responsibility and you want taking care of a situation. And that balance should always be there. But it's a huge difference between that and abusing that power in order to make a child obey.